Hey everybody, how's it going? One last project for the weekend. In today's project, I want to build a saw holder for the 7.3 Power Stroke here. My saws have been rattling around in the back of this thing when I go cutting. Cutting season's coming up, so let's build a quick and easy saw holder so that my saws don't get flung. Okay, so I've been running this truck for a while, and I don't have any way to keep my saws in place in the back of this thing, and cutting season's coming up. So I was on the job site the other day looking at some houses, and I found a couple pieces of timber strand right here. This is a timber strand beam. This is good, long-lasting stuff, and kind of heavy, which is what I want, because if you have a lightweight saw carrier, your saws tend to move around. And I found this 6x6 beam, about a 4-foot chunk of it, actually a 4-foot chunk exactly. And I thought to myself, maybe I could throw together a quick saw carrier out of this. So basically the ins and outs of this, there's different ways to do this. Some guys just use a piece of wood, you know, a piece of a tree, something like that. I kind of like this setup just because it's what's available to me. I usually throw my saws on a piece of rubber so that the chains don't hit the bed. Because of course if they hit the bed and you got a sharp chain, it'll be a little chattery by the time you get to the cutting site. Okay, so the first thing I want to do here is just make sure I got enough room. I think the saw with the longest body is my 572, but I also grabbed my Iron Horse 372. These are the two saws that I've been grooving on the most lately. And I'm just going to take my tape measure here. So this saw is about 20.5 inches. This saw is about 19.5, so this saw is an inch longer from the tip of the dogs to the back of the handle. I'm just going to measure one more saw. So something interesting, I just measured a whole bunch of saws, and the 572 is the longest saw I own. Like I said, it's about 20.5. A 394 is 20 inches. My Dolmar is about 20 inches. So we're going to go 20.5 is what I want. Okay, so throw these on the ground. Well, that chain's dull now. Good job, Tin Man. Oh well. That one needed to be sharpened anyways. Okay, so what I want to do here is, I basically want the saws to be able to move maybe an inch or two when the tailgate's closed, maybe forwards and back a little bit, but I don't want them to be able to bounce around. So what I'm going to do is, the long and the short of it is, I'm going to drill or cut slots into here for my saws to sit in. And then I'm going to lay these on the ground and screw that to there. And that should keep my saws kind of in one place without any issues. So first thing I want to do is measure. So I need about 20 inches, 20.5 inches. So I'm just going to take this. Put these to the outside, okay? I want to measure. I'm going to go about 21 inches from the edge of here. Wow, look at that. I still got it. I've been off the tools for almost going on 2 years now. And I still got a tape measure in my eye, so that's a good thing. Starting to wonder if I'm losing it. Okay, so we're 21 inches there. All I'm going to do is I'm going to toe screw in through the top and attach this 6x6. Okay, 21 inches. 21 inches. I'm just going to scribe a line. Again, friends, this is going to ride around in my truck, and it's disposable. Okay, I'm going to put 2 screws in here. Oh, where did that screw go? We don't want that in the driveway. Because that's the problem when you're your own tire repair guy, which you guys know I am. There we go. 1, 2. Now we're going to go to the other side. Just move you guys over here. And we'll move this over. I think this is going to work out really nice. And then what I'll do after is I'll probably soak this in some oil, in some linseed oil. I use linseed oil on everything. Linseed oil is what military rifles were coated in back in the day, and seems to make them last. So yeah, and I'm just going to pin this in the front. Just screw it on the edges just to keep it in place. As somebody that's worked with power tools, I still can't believe the power of these modern impact guns. When I started the trades, we only dreamt about this kind of power in a piece that size. Okay, now I got bolts in this bed to keep my my gooseneck hitch in, so that'll keep this from sliding. And I think this is going to be a good deal. So we ended up with 21 inches here. Now, if I really wanted to get fancy, I'd cut a piece of plywood and put it across the dock, which I might do later. I want to see how fancy this ends up, or how much I like it. I don't want to put too much time into it. Now, take me a power saw, because you got to use your power saws. You got to use your power saws to make your spacing. 572. Do that little purgy thing. I've never read the owner's manual on this, but I think you're supposed to purge it. Right here. 2 pulls fired. Yeah, we better go run this thing. Now that last part has nothing to do with the video, but power saws are fun. At least I think they're fun. Okay, I'm going to grab a couple more saws and let's try this thing out. Okay. This thing through its chain. There you go. Throw that in there. There you go. And all this stuff. Close the tailgate, and these saws can't really go anywhere. Perfect. I'll show you guys. Okay, there's the long and the short of it. They can only go back to the tailgate, and they're in there nice and solid, and chains aren't touching anything. That way I can just grab 4 saws, throw it in the back of my truck, and good to go. And the beauty of it is, this cost me nothing, friends. This is stuff I found in the trash at work. And, you know, if these holes start to get ragged, just cut it an inch over, a couple inches over, and just keep going. And this is a good deal here. And the last one there, the last slot, I can use to put an axe onto there or something like that. So I mean, it's all a good deal, and to me this is the best way. I mean, a strong box would be good if you're, you know, driving around with saws in your truck a lot, but I'm rocking a slip tank and tie downs and all kinds of junk in the back of this truck. So I like this system. I can grab them quickly, you can pull them out and still leave them, you know, when you're at the cutting site, you can just grab them and do this with them, you know, and they're ready to go, and they're not going to move or fall over. And even if you pull this back and you're sharpening, this will hold your saw real stable, and you can just, you know, you can pull the whole works back and sharpen your saw while it's on there. So pretty good deal. That took about, what, 15 minutes, and it cost $0. These are the best kinds of projects. You can use a 2x8, you know, a 2x8 up and down, whatever you want to do. This is the favorite way that I've seen to carry saws in my truck, because they do not move or roll over. And if you're really worried about it, get you a couple of eyelets and screw one on each end and use a long bungee cord and just strap it through the handles. And away you go. These saws won't be going anywhere. That iron horse saw, friends, it's, again, it's cold today. I haven't run this since last fall. The saw is slightly lean, or I wouldn't even call it lean. The saw is as crispy as I would run it, but it's like I haven't put a screwdriver on this thing. That's like the perfect ported saw. And the reason why I say that is because I don't have to do anything to it. It just runs. It's not picky in temperature. It's been sitting on a shelf for, I don't know, probably 4 weeks. I did take a cutting with me the other week there when we went. It's been sitting on a shelf for 4 weeks. 4 pulls cold, vroom, it fires. And then, 2 pulls and it sits there and idles, and it's not lazy or anything right out of the box. I mean, it's a good deal. Anyhow, friends, hope you guys enjoyed that. Just a little quick and dirty video, a little cheap, easy saw carrier, and you can build that out of anything you want. That's just what I had laying around, and it worked good. I'm going to check for a question of the day. Okay, today's question of the day, the question I chose is from Johnny Scoville. How's it going, Johnny? Johnny emailed me all the way from New Mexico. Johnny works on saws. Sounds like he works for a company. They do brush clearing and stuff like that, and he works on saws quite a bit as his job. And he was really interested in the video I did with the flex hone from Brush Research. He wanted to know what hone was I using, and I'm not even sure if I mentioned it in that video. That video is a couple years old. The hone I was using is a 240 grit aluminum oxide, which is what Brush Research specs for Nikasil deglazing. Johnny, I will say I've been using those for, probably close to a decade now. I've never damaged a cylinder that wasn't already damaged. Like, I've never honed a cylinder with those Brush Research hones and damaged it. Any cylinder that wasn't savable, I didn't think was savable anyways. So follow the directions, use a good cutting oil, and work carefully and precisely, and you can deglaze a worn cylinder and bring it back to life with those. So hope that helps you out. And that's right, friends, I hone cylinders. I know that's a highly contested subject, but I hone cylinders. I've been honing cylinders for years. Never have a damaged one with those flex hones. I never ever use the stone hones. Those remove way too much material for our application. Anyhow, friends, thanks for watching. Take her easy, and I'll see you again in a couple days. Later.